I'll have to be honest with you. First thing I'm going to mention right up front is it's free. I like this service when it's free because, you know, you can tie up a lot of money in different services, and from experience I found out that sometimes you can pay a lot of money and you may not be getting that much out of it.
Good afternoon and welcome to GrainTV. It's March 4th, 2014. To my left is Logan Burgess and I'm Brock Shimbino. We had a positive day across the grains in Chicago. Let's turn over the quotes and see how we ended. Corn was up 13 3/4 cents. Soybeans up 13 3/4 cents as well. Wheat in Chicago up 12 cents, and Kansas City wheat was up 9.5 cents as well. You know, Logan, we did have a very positive day for the grains.
Yep.
What do you think of today's trade?
Yeah, you know, I think a lot of focus today was on corn and wheat based on what's going on in Ukraine. We talked about that on yesterday's show. But early in the trade session, corn and wheat both had relatively quiet trades, but we really saw a lot of strength toward the end of the trade session. Wheat closed a penny off the highs on the day, and corn closed right at the highs. So obviously the question right now for a lot of corn traders is where does the top side reside for this old crop corn market? And let's take a look here at a weekly chart of that May contract. As you can see here, we have a trend line drawn across the top of this market going back to about October 2012. And as you can see here, around 490, this market's going to hit some pretty substantial resistance. So that could be kind of a good topside target right now for old crop corn. We continue to feel that based on the run here that corn's taken and what we're seeing in the basis environment, that there's a lot of risk right now for continuing to hold old crop bushels. And this run here should be used as a selling opportunity, not necessarily, in our opinion, the beginning of a major bull run.
You know, we had a similar story in soybeans today. We had a sharp run up there as well. If you take a look at the daily chart for the November contract, you can see here we do meet some resistance around the 1180 level. Around 1185, there's also a longer-term trend line that's going to put a little bit of a cap on this rally as well. So there's going to be a couple areas to watch here moving forward. 1180, 1185 could provide some resistance. Something that was driving the trade here today was some numbers released by Informa. They did release their most recent production estimates for South America. Take a look at this table here. The middle column is what they had previously. The right column is what they released today. Argentina, they moved lower by about 3 million metric tons. That 54 million metric ton figure is right in line with what the USDA published in February. So we don't anticipate a large revision being made in Monday's report. As far as Brazil beans are concerned, Informa did move their production estimates lower by about 900,000 metric tons, which is quite a bit lower than what the USDA is currently holding Brazil at. Brazil has is projected to be about 90 million metric tons by the USDA. So this kind of signifies that the USDA might have to make some revisions coming up on March 10th in Monday's USDA reports. Do you think we're going to see a revision like that, Logan, or do you think we're going to see something a little bit more substantial?
You know, I think it's definitely possible for the Brazil soybeans. I think when you're looking at Informa, they're a relatively good benchmark for what the USDA may do on the 10th. But in large part, I think the downgrades that we've seen in South America have largely been baked into price action. The run that we've seen here over the last several weeks has been in large part due to the fact that people know that yield has been cut for Brazil and Argentina, and they're having problems getting Brazilian beans out of the field. So I wouldn't look for that to be a major story that's going to propel this bean market another leg higher. I think looking at the USDA report coming out on the 10th, I'd be looking at more demand side numbers to be the big driver there, and we'll help keep you posted and break those down as we approach the report here on GrainTV.
You know, there was some chatter on the news wires today about the renewable fuel standard and how that pertains to ethanol. And of course, tomorrow is Wednesday, so we get the EIA ethanol production figures out. We'll be tweeting those once they do come across the news wires. At GrainTV is where you can find us on Twitter. Or as always, please give us a call, 877-472-4607.